What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about my favorite hip-hop samples of all time. Now, this is just my opinion, and I'm sure that there's some that I'm missing or there's some that I just haven't heard. So if there's anything that you guys want me to include or I should have included, let me know in the comments below. I'll make another one of these videos, or I'd just like to talk to you guys about it and see what's up. Before we get into this video, I want to talk a minute about what a sample is. So a sample is when an artist or producer takes a clip or some kind of extended clip from a song and flips it, meaning changes it or edits it. Sometimes they'll pitch it up, sometimes they'll slow it down, sometimes they're gonna chop it up and make it say completely different things. But anyway, they transform this sample from an original song into their own new song, and then they'll have a rapper, or maybe the producer's also a rapper, they'll rap over it or maybe sing over it and turn an old song into a new song. And a lot of times they take the heart and soul out of those songs and kind of like bottle it up so that you get just the best moments. And sampling is one of my favorite techniques, and it's been around in hip-hop since the 1970s, I believe, so it's been very well known and popular over the years. Most samples come from jazz music, R&B music, and soul music. A lot of the times rappers will use those songs as hooks for their music. Instead of having to rap some kind of chorus, it'll just be the hook to grab the audience's attention and, you know, kind of get the audience paying attention until the verse starts, which is where the person really starts going at it. Now, what I just said rings true most of the time, but sometimes rappers will use pop songs as samples, and this happens mostly when a artist is trying to take some of that original popularity that a pop song had and kind of put it into their new song. So it's less about the sound and like how the sample feels and it's more about kind of that like numbers value. So I'm looking at you, Jack Harlow, when I'm talking about that. Like, I don't know. Some of them can be interesting. Like, I'll put up in the corner. There's this one. I don't know if I can put it up in the corner. But there's this one diss track called "Who I Smoke" that uses a pop song like insanely well. But like, there's other people that just waste pop samples and kind of they just turn out mid. And then another thing I wanted to talk about is the difference between a sample and an interpolation. Where a sample is the actual audio from another person's song, an interpolation is you re-recording the audio from another person's song. A good example of this is on All Falls Down. They use an interpolation, which is much easier to secure. I believe there's like a very standard process to getting an interpolation. Whereas a sample, you have to get it cleared by the label or the artist, so it's much harder. You have to kind of like the person. You're probably gonna have to pay the person to use the sample, and so that's a lot of the time you'll hear about rappers getting their sample cleared or music being unreleased because the sample isn't cleared. And so that's what that's about. Interpolations are totally different. It's just somebody else singing or re-singing over, and it can sound a lot like the original version, but that's not what we're talking about here. All Falls Down does not count as one of my favorite sample songs. Alright, now let's get straight into the video. My first favorite, they're not in a particular order, but the first one I want to talk about now is Late Nights and Heartbreaks by Hannah Williams and the Affirmations. Now this is a soul song, and the vocalist on this is so perfect. She just has this way of building the audience up, and then the payoff at the very end is amazing. I definitely recommend you guys go listen to this song. It's absolutely outstanding. And if you couldn't guess, the album or the song that this comes from is Jay-Z's 444.
I apologize, often womanized, took for my child to be born, see through a woman's eyes, took for these natural twins, to believe in miracles, took me too long for this song, I don't deserve you, I harass you out in Paris, please come back to Rome, you make it home.
Now, like you just heard, Jay-Z talks a little bit about infidelity on this track, and I mean the original talks a little bit about infidelity too, but Jay-Z kind of like elevates that message, talks about how he cheated on Beyonce and kind of the repercussions of that he brought upon his family and himself. Now, the way that the producer for this like changed the sample was he kept the beginning, but then brought all of that emotion, the emotional payoff, to the front as well, making it like immediately start off at that really high that you end on in the original song, which is something I really enjoy. And I just really like Jay-Z's rapping, and I like the way that the sample loops. It really makes this song, and honestly I'm a really big fan of 444, but it makes this whole album as well. It's just, this is the title track song. Like, this is the album's 444, this is 444. It's my favorite song off of my favorite Jay-Z album. It's also important to note that Tyler the Creator has an unreleased thing to this song. I don't know if you'd call it a song. It's definitely an unreleased rap over the similar or the same beat. In the description, it's linked as Ziploc, and that's the official Tyler the Creator version. It's on YouTube. It's just not, published on Spotify because he probably couldn't clear the usage of the beat. But I would definitely recommend you listen to that Tyler the Creator version. You'll probably know it. It's the one that's like, ain't no point in making money if you wake up alone, or what's the point in being rich if you wake up alone? That one, the one that like blew up on TikTok. But you'll probably recognize it if you hear it. It's really good. Not as good as the Jay-Z one though. Now the next song is called Take Me For a Little While, and it's by the Royal Jesters. I find myself listening to this song more than I listen to the song that sampled it. And I'm going to play it for you, and maybe you can figure out why I like it so much, or why I listen to it more than the actual song.
I've been trying to make you love me, but everything I try just takes you further from me.
Now, if you couldn't tell, the song that samples this is Ghost Town by Kid Cudi, 070 Shake, and Kanye West.
I've been trying to make you love me, but everything I try just takes you further from me.
I really enjoy Ghost Town. It's an amazing song, my personal favorite off of Ye, and it's just such a good sample, and this you can really feel the bones of Ghost Town in. I mean, the words are the same, a lot of the like instrumentation is very similar, and for me, listening to this song just feels like an even more raw version of what Ghost Town is, and so I kind of enjoy it. Something to note about this sample is that this version that I'm showing y'all is actually just a version of Take Me For a Little While. The original was made in like 1965 by some, I think her name is like Evie something, and then you go down the line, and then there's another one, and that's released by the Royal Jesters, and this is just my personal favorite version of that song. So I would definitely recommend listening to Take Me For a Little While and Ghost Town, but I'm sure you have heard Ghost Town by now. Alrighty, next up is Flashbulbs. Now, if you don't know what this song is, it's from The Miseducation of Sonny Carson, which is a movie that inspired or helped inspired the name for Lauryn Hill's Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. So this one kind of has double meaning to it, I guess. I really like Lauryn Hill. I actually found this song while doing research for a Lauryn Hill video, which will be up in the corner there. But I just love this little... It's such a short little loop, but it's so interesting. It feels like it was made for modern like hip hop music, even though it's like made in the 70s. It feels so much like it was just waiting for the beat drop. Even though like maybe it's just because I heard the original song, like the not the original, the song that it sampled first. But I feel like the whole time I'm just waiting for a beat drop. I feel like it's like it needs that beat drop. And if you couldn't guess, this actually has two separate songs, but the most notable one is Bank Account by 21 Savage.
I buy a new car for the bitch, for real. I tear down the mall with the bitch, for real. You can't even talk to the bitch, nah. She fucking with bosses and shit, oh god. I pull up in Rarers and shit, with choppers and Harleys and shit, for real. I be Gucci down, Gucci. You wearing Lacoste and shit, bitch.
Bank Accounts, 21 Savage, probably his biggest song, most influential, the thing that really blew him up. But there's another song, I was telling you, this has two. There's another song that I like almost equally to Bank Account, is Oh My This Side off Rodeo. Also uses the same sample, and see if you can hear it in the like kind of background of this.
I've been up for a long time. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I've been up for a long time. Broad day, I've been popping pills, for certain every day. Cause I'm hanging at my auntie house. Bend up.
The next sample song that I want to talk about is Heart of the City. My favorite version of it is on Spotify by the Black Pumas. They're great. I'll let you listen to it real quick and see if you can guess what song it's from.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Ain't no love in the heart of the town. No. Ain't no love, and it sure enough for pity. Ain't no love, and you ain't around. Oh.
Now, if you didn't already know this, it's in the Spider-Man movie. It's the uncle plays it when when Miles goes into like the alternate dimension and sees like his evil self and the evil uncle. He plays it, and it's great. Like, it's such a great moment. But I like this sample. I like this song way before it was in Spider-Man, because I was listening to the song that sampled it, which is also called Heart of the City. And that song's by Jay-Z. If you haven't heard it, I definitely recommend that you go listen to it. It flips the original song in a very like true way. It just feels like a continuation of the original song. And Jay-Z's rapping is peak performance. Probably my favorite Jay-Z song outside of a couple words that he says. But the Jay-Z version of this is just amazing. Probably my favorite Jay-Z song.
Listen, first the fat boys break up. Now every day I wake up, somebody got a problem with hoes. What's up, y'all niggas all fed up cause I got a little cheddar and my record's moving out the store.
Now next up is the Isleys Brothers, Footsteps in the Dark. Now this is a song that I like more so because of the song that sampled it than the actual song, but the bones that end up in the sampled version are still there and very true. It's not very chopped. It's just like such a great cut, and I just enjoy this song so much. I'll give you guys a listen and tell me if you guys can think of the song that it comes from. Now that was pretty easy, right? Like, you heard the first like 4 notes and you were like, okay, I know, it's fucking Ice Cube. Like, today was a good day. This shit is a bop, like certified. It just, the Ice Cube version especially scratches this itch in my brain. Here, I'll give you a listen.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No barking from the dog, no small. And mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. I got my grub on, but didn't dig out. Finally got a call from a girl I wanna dig out.
It just, like, this just makes me so happy listening to it. It's like, it literally, like, it fits the title of the song. Like, today was a good day. Listening to this song makes the day good. It makes you feel good. It just, everything about it is awesome. Now, the last sample I want to talk about here is Kennedy by Rat-a-tat. Now, at first listening to this, it feels a little bit repetitive until you get a little bit into it. Then you kind of start seeing where the sample part comes from, which, if you couldn't have already guessed, is by Kid Cudi. I'll play it for you right now, but you probably already know.
I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything that shine ain't always gonna be gold. Hey, I'll be fine once I get it. I'll be good. I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything that shine ain't always gonna be gold. Hey, I'll be fine once I get it. I'll be good.
Yeah, so Pursuit of Happiness, one of the most iconic songs off of Man on the Moon 1, which is my personal favorite Kid Cudi album. That whole album is amazing. One of my favorite, just like of that era, honestly, like that 808s Heartbreak era, Man on the Moon, like it's such an inspirational album, not only for like myself, but like for the music that came after it. It's just such a great album, and Pursuit of Happiness, one of the most iconic songs off of that. And this sample by Rat-a-tat, it's actually interesting because not only is this a sample by Rat-a-tat, but this song was produced and actually featured on Spotify. It says featuring, or like it's produced by Kid Cudi and Rat-a-tat. Like that's who released it. So not only is it a sample, but it's like Rat-a-tat sampled himself to turn his original song Kennedy into Pursuit of Happiness, which took off. So this Kid Cudi version is actually just a different like version of the original song, honestly, because he was working with the same producer. All right, so those are my favorite samples. Make sure to tell me in the comments if there's one that you think that I missed, or maybe one of these songs are sampled in another song that I just completely forgot about. But overall, I love these. I shared 6 with y'all. I'm sure there's more that I could think of, but I just wanted to compile my favorites and then give those to you. Something interesting, actually, I use a playlist for work. Instead of playing actual rap music, I play the samples of rap music. So if you want that playlist, I'll link it in the description below. It's pretty awesome. Definitely a good way to get around to those explicit words that you can't really listen to, but still hearing some of your favorite music. So I definitely recommend you checking out any of the samples I talked about in this video. And if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up and share this video with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my.